All right, let's talk about data science. It's a term you hear everywhere, right? It's gone from this niche buzzword to something that pretty much runs our world behind the scenes. But what does it actually mean? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain. We're going to look at the hidden engine that powers everything from your Netflix queue to massive medical breakthroughs. So let's get right into it. Just think about your day so far. That article you scrolled past a minute ago, the video you just finished, those shoes you looked at online, every single click, every tap, it all creates this tiny digital footprint. We're all generating this massive, and I mean massive, ocean of data every single second. But what happens to it? Where does all your data go? And who's actually using it? You know, the best way to think about data science is to picture a modern detective. Seriously. But instead of a magnifying glass and a dusty old crime scene, their tools are algorithms, and their clues, they're hidden inside mountains and mountains of digital information. Their job is to find the story, to spot the pattern, to pull the truth out of all that noise. And this analogy, it fits perfectly. Think about it. The raw, messy data we all create, those are the clues. The detective's investigation methods, well, those are the data scientist's tools and algorithms. And the final result, the solved case, it isn't just a simple answer. It's what we call an actionable insight. And that's a discovery that lets a company or a scientist make a genuinely smarter decision. So, what's the official definition? At its heart, data science is an interdisciplinary field. That's the key word right there. It's not one thing. It's a mix of statistics, computer science, and what's called domain knowledge, which is just a fancy way of saying you have to actually understand the world you're analyzing. I mean, you can't find insights in healthcare data if you don't understand a little bit about biology, right? Okay, so we know what it is, but how does it actually work? Let's switch up our analogy. Let's go from detective work to cooking. Think of data science like a recipe for making an incredible meal, where the final dish isn't food, it's a smart, informed decision. So the recipe, it starts with collecting your ingredients. That's the raw data. Then comes the most important prep work, cleaning that data. The cooking part, that's the analysis, where all the algorithms start looking for patterns. Plating the dish is visualization, turning it all into charts and graphs that people can actually understand. And finally, you serve the meal. You deploy it, integrating your findings into a real-world app or a business process. Now, looking at that recipe, you'd probably think the most time-consuming part is the actual cooking, right? The really complex analysis and all that modeling. But you'd be surprised. Here is the wild reality. A massive 75%, sometimes even more, of a data scientist's time is spent not on the cool, glamorous analysis, but on just cleaning and preparing the data. See, raw data is almost always a mess. It's incomplete, it's full of errors, it's the hidden but absolutely essential foundation of the whole process. Because without clean data, your final dish is totally ruined before you even start cooking. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how. Now let's get to the most important bit. Why does any of this actually matter to you? Well, the truth is, data science is already quietly shaping your world in literally countless ways. Yeah, this isn't just theory. It's having a huge real-world impact right now, in places you probably wouldn't even expect. Let's run through a few. In healthcare, it's a literal lifesaver. We're talking about algorithms that can analyze medical images to spot diseases even earlier than the human eye can. It's helping create personalized treatment plans based on a patient's own unique data, and it's dramatically speeding up the discovery of new drugs. And how about your wallet? Ever gotten that fraud alert from your bank about some weird transaction? Yup, that's data science working in real time. It's also the engine that determines credit scores, powers high-speed trading on Wall Street, and helps banks figure out who to approve for a loan. You are interacting with data science every single time you look at a screen. Those recommendations on Netflix or Amazon that feel just a little too accurate, that's data science. It's also what builds your personalized social media feeds, filters junk out of your inbox, and helps companies understand thousands of customer reviews all at once. And even when you're just out on the move, it's there. That route optimization in Google Maps that helps you dodge a traffic jam? Classic data science application. It's also the brain that powers self-driving cars and predicts exactly when that package you ordered is going to show up at your door. So let's bring this all together. What's the one thing you should really remember about data science? After everything we've talked about, what's the big takeaway here? Ultimately, it's this. Data science is the art and science of transforming raw, messy data into smart, actionable decisions. It's all about finding that signal in all the noise, turning chaos into clarity. And that's really the ultimate goal. Discovering a pattern is interesting, for sure, but it's pretty much useless until you use that knowledge to do something, to improve a service, build a better product, cure a disease, or just create a more efficient system. It's all about driving action. So, where does all this leave us? We've built these incredible tools that can predict things with stunning accuracy, and they're only getting more and more powerful. The real question for our future isn't what can data tell us anymore, it's what should we be asking it? What are the most important questions to go after? That's the real challenge ahead. Thanks for watching.